Our yards and gardens have been growing like jungles out there with all this heat and rain, but that means the weeds and bugs are in full force too. So Janet Freeborn from K&K Hardware is here with some solutions because you got to get a handle on it.
Well, the first thing you got to remember is 6 weeks ago, they were calling for measurable snowfall.
Oh, I know. Isn't that so weird?
And then last weekend it was 90 degrees. So it's hard for people to understand that our world is changing. So that's the word of the day, which is absorption.
Absorption.
Because if you want to get rid of the weeds in your yard, you have to, all these chemicals need to be absorbed by the plant. So that's important. That's why it's the day.
So you use the word that is kind of like a dirty word now, chemicals. People hate to hear that word, but that's right. That's what kills weeds.
But if you do it correctly, you can use less. See, and that's where absorption comes in. So let's say we're going to use this one, which is what I use at home. It's simple. You put it on the hose and then you spray it. And you want to spray it and then allow it to dry on the plant. And that way your kids and your pets and whatever can go out afterwards.
And it's safe when it's dry, is what you're saying.
Right, exactly, because it's absorbed into the plant tissue. So all these products,
absorption.
That's it. So all these products work with that in mind. Once it absorbs into the plant, they're vascular killers. They start shutting the plant down from the inside.
Including this one?
Including that one. Now the difference with this is it has to go on in the morning when it's dewy, so it clings to the leaf of the plant and then is absorbed.
Again, absorption.
Again,
otherwise,
see, that's why it's the
but it has to be a little moist so it'll stick.
So it sticks. If you don't do that, then it just becomes a problem.
Yeah, because it just falls off, and
then the dog brings it in the house. And that's a mess.
See, that's so absorption. So, that is a very important word.
Yes.
Now these bugs, the Japanese beetle. Here we have them right here.
Okay. So first of all, the Japanese beetle will show up here pretty soon, and I brought this little piece, and it kind of gives you the months. But this is what normally happens. Normally, in our springs, about this time of year, she starts to emerge out of the soil as an adult. She flies around the month of June laying eggs, all right? I don't really know where she's at this point because our weather has been so weird.
Well, and it starts out as a grub, the stuff that the raccoons like to dig out.
But the grubs are really, it's kind of caterpillar larva stage, and so we don't see those kind of grubs until somewhere in July or August, and then they go down into the soil in the fall and they cocoon and they stay down there until April, May, depending on weather, the next year. So
once you have a Japanese beetle that looks like a bug, like we've seen those.
You all know what those look like.
What do they like to eat? What do they hurt?
They like to eat roses mostly. I get them on my birch trees at home. My neighbor across the street has a linden tree. They love those.
What do you like to do to get rid of them? I see a trap there.
Well, traps are okay, but traps have a pheromone in them, which is a hormone, so it actually attracts them. So if you're going to use a trap, put it away from the stuff that you want to save. Put it at the back of the yard. In my neighborhood, we had a vacant lot. We used to put them in the vacant lot, so they'd all go over to the vacant lot.
Yeah, it's like a distraction. So here they go. What's the milky spore powder?
That is to kill your grubs once you get grubs. And that is an organic milky spore. It's an organic. What that is kind of like a disease. It makes them sick and then they die.
Okay. And so, then one more thing real quick, and then we'll talk about your event this weekend.
Okay.
These things, do you want to talk about these sprays?
That's a spray for the Japanese beetles. I got one here. This one is good for trees, and it's systemic. So you actually pour it around the base of the tree, and it goes up into the leaf tissue, and then when the Japanese beetle eats it, it kills the Japanese beetle.
Well, if you go to K&K, they're so good about just tell them what your problem is, and they'll direct you right to the product. You guys are very knowledgeable.
We try.
So be downtown, everybody, at K&K and other places in downtown Bettendorf.
Anywhere in downtown Bettendorf, it's going to be a way to showcase the businesses in downtown Bettendorf from noon to 6. There'll be bands, snow cones, bounce houses,
fun and games,
popcorn, What more could you?
No Japanese beetles or weeds,
no,
for sure.
hopefully not. And we'll
Thank you,
have
Janet.
some stuff on sale.
Love it.
Come see us.
Thank you, my dear.
Yep.
Good job.